Hi everyone, welcome to Fun Fold Friday. Thank you for joining me in my craft room. Today we're going to be making a fun fold card like I do each Friday at 12 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. So I have a few announcements first, but I appreciate you joining me. So we're already into June, isn't it crazy? And today's the 5th. So we have a new product of the month, which is this adorable stamp set, the Wild Bunch. Cute, cute, cute. You could always scan the QR code to shop, but when you spend $75 in my online store, you're eligible to get the product of the month for $5. So this month it's a stamp set. Last month, you may remember, was the vellum. So also when you purchase or spend $75, I will send you a tutorial with 12 projects showing you how to use your product of the month. So you can already start shopping and get this stamp set. I have not received mine yet, so I have not created my projects. Sunday is the last day for my June Let's Create Craft Kit. And so in this kit, you're going to make 4 cards. I usually do 4 cards and a 3D project. So we are using the Splash and Relax. I love this bundle. So cute. Perfect for summer. This chair is from the Relaxing Waters Waterside, which was your kit last month. So you should have that bundle. And then here's another one. And then the last one is this. It's a sunblock holder, and your sunblock will be included in your kit. But do you recognize that bikini top? That is the sunglasses upside down. And then I created that from a circle. So you'll always get at least $20 or more in Stampin' Up! Products. So this month's kit has a spool of hydrangea hue ribbon, the sunset sparkle sequins, and a half a package of the paper medley designer series paper that we use on the cards, which is this background here and here. So we use that designer series paper. So if you have any questions about that, but registration or subscription, it's a monthly subscription. So you will subscribe for this month's kit up until the 7th. The 7th is the last day to get this kit. And then you will get next month's kit, but you can cancel at any time. And when you're in my club kit for 6 months, you'll get a $25 gift certificate from me to spend on some product. All right, I think that is it. Oh, other than my, it's not really a tutorial. It has all the measurements. It has all the products and the measurements. If you're on my email list, you get this every Friday morning, so you'll have it before my video. And then you'll also get my workshop Wednesday tutorials. So just join my email list if you'd like those. If you have any questions, always feel free to message me, email me, and I will get back to you and answer your questions. So let's go ahead and do today's fun fold. Thanks again for joining me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with today's project. But first, I'm going to show you the products that we're using. And we're going to use the Scalloped blooms. I feel like I've been using this one a lot, but I love the sentiments and, of course, the dies. We're only going to use a couple of each. So that's the bundle that you can purchase. We're going to use the Everyday Essentials Designer Series picture. These are so pretty. Just to use for backgrounds, we're going to use this pattern, but look at how pretty. I think this was the one that I used on my, is this one I used on my note card class? I can't even remember, but this is some fun paper that you can use for any occasion. Again, it's called the Everyday Essentials. I have stuff all over my work area. So I'm moving it. We're going to use some Darling Duckling, some Bubble Bath, and Lost Lagoon. I have my little scraps for my die cutting. And we're going to use the Misty Moonlight ribbon. It's like a checkered ribbon. And the Iridescent Pearl Basic Jewels. So let's get started. Like I said, we're going to use this, make sure that I'm in the camera. Maybe I need to, am I straight? Okay, we're going to use the floral pattern, and this is going to be 5.5 by 12. So 5.5. I think I used the other piece of this one. And this should be 12. Let's make sure. Yep, 12. And we're going to score the long side at 2 1/4. I'm going to turn it over. 2 1/4. 5.5. And remember, go lightly on the designer series paper. This is not one of the thicker ones. And then 9 3/4. So you don't want to press too hard where you'll rip the designer series paper. So again, we're at 2 1/4, 5.5. Where's my lines? Wow, I can't even see that 5. Let's do that again. I'm telling you not to press hard. I could barely see my 2 1/4. So let's go. Where's 5.5? I was trying to, oh, I see it now. But I'm going to go a little bit more. 5.5. And do you see it there? It needs to go this way. 5.5. And then 9 3/4, which I barely see that one. I'm trying to be gentle over here. 9 3/4. I barely see it because I was barely pressing down. And this one is going to go. So this is actually, okay, so let's go ahead and cut. We need this Darling Duckling, which is 4 by 5 1/4. It's going to go inside. All right, and let's get this out of the way. Let me show you how this is going to fold. So this is going to fold like so. I did it the wrong way. And then this is going to go. So you're going to see both sides of the designer series paper. Let's get our bone folder. Make sure you use a bone folder to get your nice crisp lines, your score lines nice and folded. Okay, so we're going to go back this way. And now we're going to adhere this Darling Duckling to the inside. So I'm probably gonna do things out of order from my tutorial. And uh-oh, where's my glue? Of course, I was just using it too. Let me see, I should have a backup one here. It's funny how that happens. Like I said, I was just using it. So we're going to add this. And the reason I chose Darling Duckling was because the flowers are Darling Duckling. This is gluing. My poor hands are so dry. All that sun exposure that I got, I have been dousing them in lotion, and they are just dry, dry, dry. Okay, so we are now going to die cut. I'm going to move this aside and get our die cuts done. Because we need, let's see, like I said, I had all these pieces so I could hopefully get them done in one shot. Although I need, so this is Lost Lagoon for the leaves, and we're only going to use a few of them. That one wants to keep moving. This is Darling Duckling. Again, I'm matching the flowers inside the designer series paper. Darling Duckling Bubble Bath. So we got Bubble Bath. This one's going to go on the inside. This is the one for the outside. And where did I do with my white? I thought I had my white. Let's see. Will this banner fit on this scrap? Sure will. So let's cut this. Trying to get all this done in one swipe. So move this one. Add this one. Uh-oh. This one wants to move too. Okay, I think that is all of our die cuts. So let's get these through. All right, and pull all of them off. We're gonna use that one. Let's toss this. This is our banner for the inside. Here goes our flower for the outside. And our little flower for the inside. I actually had an extra one here just in case I had some boo-boos. And our leaves. And like I said, we're not going to use all of them. I think we only use like 3. So let's move all of those aside. You know, I get a lot of people asking me about this magic mat, and this is from scrapbook.com. And I like to use it because it saves on one of my clear plates, and I do a ton of die cutting. So you can get it at scrapbook.com, and they actually have a magnetic one as well if you just have the standard plates. I still use my magnetic one from my original Big Shot. So just wanted to address that. Okay, so we have this glued inside, or we have our piece. So I'm going to, on this one, we are going to stamp wishing you, like I said, I'm probably doing things backwards. I'm doing the inside and then we'll do the outside because we're going to tie it up with ribbon and it's all going to be hidden. Okay. So we're going to glue this on the inside. I just wanted to use that little banner. Let me see it on the tutorial. So I want to use the banner. And then on the flower, we're going to glue just one little leaf to it. Like so. Oops. I hope you don't hear the TV. I think my husband is outside. And I'm going to put it just on the corner there. Yeah, we do have a TV outside, and I think he's watching golf. So hopefully you're not hearing it. So we're going to add one of our iridescent pearls to the middle of that flower. So there's our inside. So there's plenty of room for you to write a message. So we're going to go back like so. And then we're going to use this Misty Moonlight ribbon. I have these pieces and I'm actually, I'm going to try and piece them together because I don't want to open that full spool. And it's because I need it for something else. But nobody's going to know because we're going to cover that up. We're going to cut these snips. So you guys, if you ever have like little, you have extra pieces, do the same. This is a lot of ribbon to not use. And then, like I said, we're going to cover that up. I'm going to move this along. It's not so tight because I didn't use my my tweezers, but we're going to cover that up with our flowers. So back to our flowers, use your bone folder. Now this is a trick. You can use your bone folder. I like to curl my flowers just to make them look a little bit more realistic. But there's another way. We're going to stamp Happy Birthday in the center of the bubble bath one in Misty Moonlight. Okay, so another way you can do it is you can just crumple it up in your hands. I know this is just like a little bit more textury. Is that a word, textury? But just to kind of give it some little rough, you could still see your happy birthday. You definitely want to stamp happy birthday first. And then we're going to use dimensionals. So I can show you I'll show you the difference from a crumpled, well, you can see right here, curled with a bone folder or crumpled. If you did it, I would probably crumple both. Let's just do both. And then you're going to see them on my original card, what the original looked like with the bone folder. Oh, okay, I haven't glued those down, but you know what? Let me get my silicone mat. We're going to glue 2 leaves together. I forgot my leaves for my flower. We're just going to glue those 2 on. Now we're going to put them right about here. And I forgot I already put my dimensionals on. So let's take these off and put that right on there. Now you guys are going to have to tell me which look do you like, crumpled or bone folder. So on this, we are going to add our dimensionals just here on this flap. We don't want them to go anywhere there because then you're not going to be able to open your fun fold card. And this card is a great way to use up that designer series paper that you have, because you know we tend to get a lot of leftover designer series paper. So look, crumpled or folded with the bone folder. I don't know. What do you guys like? And mine's a little bulky right here because I have that knot in my ribbon, but you can see this one's not. And again, just remember to add dimensionals to this panel. So now we're going to add some more of our iridescent pearls. I love these pearls. We're going to put, I always seem to put them in the same areas too. But look how quick and easy that card came together. You get to see both sides of the designer series paper. It's sturdy because we added that piece on the inside and our sentiment, and easy peasy. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's Fun Fold Friday. I will have another pre-recorded video for you next week. And if you have any questions, you can always message me or email me, and you can shop my online store for the products that I have used today. If you're on my email list, you will get the PDF with the measurements and the products I use. Boy, mine went blank. Anyhow, you guys have a great weekend and take care, and I'll see you next Friday or on Wednesday for Workshop Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Bye.